Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're going over all the new VR games that are planning to release in the month of August. Now there's definitely a few titles that I'm excited for here, but unfortunately there's no real major blockbusters. That being said though, I know we're also getting a few surprise announcements. I'm hoping the VR Gaming Summer Showcase has some badass games. And finally, I will have a major announcement for you guys coming later this month. Now there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead. But let's jump right into our first game, Hidden Memories of the Garden Between. This is a brand new and expanded VR version of the beloved and award-winning puzzle adventure game. You and your childhood best friend will journey across islands filled with memories of your precious childhood moments together. Now, in order to access these memories and experience the game's deep narrative, you'll need to complete 40 different puzzles scattered throughout these islands. Now, helping you complete that task is some special abilities like warping time, and there'll be an array of different tools at your disposal. Even better, this new version of the game has double the content of the original title, and both the visuals and mechanics have been reworked specifically for VR. Now, historically, I was not a big puzzle fan, but there's something about these games in VR that makes me enjoy them so much more. But if puzzle games aren't really your speed, how does a sci-fi themed tower defense game with real-time strategy elements sound? Now, if that's something you're into, I highly recommend you check out Iron Guard Salvation. Now, I'm already a huge fan of the original Iron Guard title. Salvation plans to keep those core mechanics in place, but they're also adding the following features. The new 30-level campaign will include varied locations, each with its own unique challenges, atmospheres, and biomes. They've overhauled all of the graphics, making this game even prettier. There's whole new gameplay elements, making this feel a bit more like a real-time strategy game than just a typical tower defense. You'll now get access to heroes with unique abilities, and there's of course new enemies, turrets, and power-ups, helping to make this game even more exciting to players of the original and newbies alike. I'm actually extremely excited for this one, guys. The original Iron Guard is one of my hidden gems, and I sunk a ton of hours into this game. But if you stick to the more common VR game genres, well, I have yet another zombie shooter for you. Based off of the existing beloved franchise, World War Z is planning to throw hundreds of rabid zombies your way. Now, lucky for you though, you'll have tons of different weapons at your disposal, and there'll be plenty of environmental elements to help you mow down those hordes. Now, when it comes to VR zombie shooters, it looks like the general player base is a bit split. Some are sick of these games, while others just can't get enough. Now, personally, I'm just expecting some mindless fun, but I am a bit bummed that this is single player only. Now, if you do want to bring a friend along and battling zombies isn't for you, why not take on the elements in Frost Survival VR? Playable in both solo and co-op modes, you'll need to build a shelter, craft tools, hunt for food, and manage your resources to endure the conditions in this frost-filled world. Unfortunately for you though, the weather could be extremely unpredictable, and there's some additional dangers lurking out there. Now, survival games were another genre that I wasn't really interested into until I started playing VR. The deeper level of immersion just brings these titles to life, and I especially enjoy it when I can bring a friend along. But probably my most anticipated game coming in August is Grit and Valor 1949. Now, this is yet another flat screen title that's getting a VR port, but unlike most games that eventually make their way into VR, this is a much newer title that only dropped a few months ago back in March. Currently sitting with mostly positive reviews on Steam, this real-time tactics / roguelite has you battling through a mech-filled alternate version of World War II. Now, your main objective is to deliver an EMP deep into the heart of enemy territory, and in order to succeed, you not only need the best squad of mechs, but also your most experienced pilots. So make sure after every battle to use your scrap and valor to update both your mechs and pilots, and then redeploy right back into the action. Now, I actually didn't know this game was a port, so I'm going to jump into the flat screen version once I'm done making this video. But if all of these war, survival, and zombie games just aren't for you, let's just have a little fun in Hide the Corpse. Already available for the Meta Quest and making its way to Steam VR and PlayStation VR 2, you'll have to do exactly what the title says. Unfortunately though, there's only a limited time before the cops show up, so you're going to have to get creative with your body disposal. Now, to make things a bit more exciting, you're going to be hiding those bodies in random locations, like a sunken ship and a space marine, and of course, you're going to be dealing with some truly zany physics. Now, I know these games can be quite hilarious and pretty viral, but they're just not for me. So if you have played it or do plan on playing it, please let me know your feedback down in the comments. Now, another type of game that I wouldn't immediately gravitate towards is Virtual Skate. Now, sure, I played a bit of Tony Hawk Pro Skater back in the day, but for some reason, I'm not immediately interested in trying this in VR. I'm definitely going to push past that though and give this a try, because skating around with your friends, doing a bunch of stunts, and taking some video looks pretty badass. Let's just hope virtual skating is a bit easier than doing it in real life, because at my age I can fall and break a hip, but I won't need to worry about falling when there's no gravity in Space Explorer Ultimate Edition. For those who enjoy VR cinematics, you can now travel through the cosmos like never before. The title's filled with breathtaking visual footage that's shot in 8K and brings you to locations like the surface of Mars. The Ultimate Edition includes all new never seen before content, and you could also experience the International Space Station in a brand new mixed reality mode. Now, while this isn't exactly a game, VR cinematics can sometimes deliver the best of what VR has to offer, and that's some top-notch immersion. I'm a huge space nerd, so I'm definitely going to check this out, and if you want me to cover it or any other titles on today's list, please let me know down in the comments. And last up in game releases, we are getting the adventure puzzle title, Raze Volume 1. Now, one of the coolest parts of this title is the fact that I am actually a voice actor in the game. I'm playing the role of Victor Vane, and I'll be there to deliver any of your power-up needs. The game's also starring Lizzie Hale from the rock band Hailstorm as its lead protagonist. The overall gameplay looks like it'll be similar to something such as Moss, but you're gonna find yourself sucked into an influencer-run nightmare of a world. It's definitely leaning more into the comedy side, and I just really hope my voice acting delivers. And finally, I just want to tease some surprises. There's almost always some random game drops that come out of nowhere, but I do know of at least one announcement that is pretty badass, and I wish I could mention it, but it's just not time yet. And speaking of both teases and announcements, this month I'm finally revealing that huge secret project that I have been teasing for months. So hopefully we have a lot more to talk about in the near future. And on that note, we are also getting the VR Gaming Showcase, which I'm also expecting a few surprises from. And that right there was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I will see you guys on next time.